Hi, the purpose of this video is to explain some opportunities with the Career Acceleration Lab of DeepThought. Now, DeepThought is a culture tech company. We manage the mentoring programs of interns and freshers of different organizations. So, generally, for an organization to mentor an intern takes a lot of time and energy, and as a result, many organizations do not hire freshers. So, DeepThought goes to them and says that, hey, we've got a fantastic mechanism to make sure that the interns and freshers are getting ready for important roles in your company, and we pick up these projects for different companies where the uh, freshers development is our responsibility. So we have this team called Career Acceleration Lab. So in the Career Acceleration Lab, our problem statement is to make sure that people grow in their careers a lot faster. So one of our colleagues, Shagun Mishra, she joined us as an intern last year in March, and right now she's the assistant vice president data infrastructure and leads a 30-member team at DeepThought, which is fantastic, right, for a 23-year-old to lead such a large team. There's Shavan Mandal, who's our AVP technology at DeepThought, works on 8 different tech platforms, and again is leading close to a 30-member tech team at DeepThought, which is again fantastic, right? So we'd like to do this in many more organizations. We'd like to see more youngsters grow to their fullest potential. So in Career Acceleration Lab, we're trying to work on some fundamental psychological processes, some fundamental cognitive processes, right? Teach people how to reason, teach people how to check their reason, which is called rigor. We're also trying to help people improve their listening capabilities, teach something called metacognition. Metacognition is thinking about your own thinking. We teach Socratic questioning. The great philosopher Socrates said, I can never teach anyone, I can only question them, I can make them think. Alexander the Great, the world conqueror, was actually taught in this manner. So we teach people in a Socratic manner. The beauty of mentoring someone in a Socratic manner is they don't look for spoon feeding, right? I mean, you give them a basic context, they go figure things out on their own. With most freshers, the problem is freshers look for spoon feeding. Now, when they look for spoon feeding, the senior manager's time gets burnt in mentoring a fresher. So life will be a lot more peaceful for both the project manager and the fresher if both of them do not look for spoon feeding. If they have a Socratic approach to questioning, if they have a Socratic approach to how they go about various things in the organization, right? And then we teach something called Feynman technique. Richard Feynman was one of the greatest physicists the world has seen. Bill Gates called him the greatest teacher he never had. Bill Gates said Richard Feynman was the greatest teacher that he never had. So Feynman was a fantastic teacher. So Feynman technique, even Elon Musk talks about Feynman technique. It's like if you can't explain something to a 5-year-old, you yourself don't understand it. If you can't explain something to a 5-year-old, you yourself don't understand it, right? So there's something complex. How can you use simpler words to explain that complex phenomenon, right? That's what Feynman technique is about at DeepThought. We mentor all our interns through this Feynman technique. Emotional intelligence is taught to people how to understand your emotions, how to manage your emotions, how to understand the emotional root behaviors of somebody's behavior, right? Why is someone behaving in a certain manner? How can you nudge them to have a good behavior? So the various things in the mentoring process that we have at DeepThought. So we are hiring a few people as a part of this project. We are hiring some product managers who will build technology to do this at a scale. We are hiring some psychology researchers who will also understand people, understand various dynamics which are there, and try to contribute to the technology. Because see, there are some mentors who do a fantastic job. They guide the juniors really well, but they're very few. But if you can build high quality technology, through the technology, a lot of people can benefit from this mentoring, right? Think about it like um, either I could be a fantastic photo editor. You come to me, I'll edit your photos and give it to you. Or I could be Instagram with some good filters, and anybody anywhere in the world can just use the app and edit some good photos. So when you can productize human creativity, right? When you can productize human creativity, that human creativity, if you understand the patterns and if you can make a SaaS, software as a service solution out of it, the beauty is it can be given to a lot more people. And technology usually costs lesser than human intervention. So if this kind of mentoring is given through an AI suite, it is affordable. A lot more companies can give it to their freshers, and people like you who are starting their careers as freshers can get fantastic guidance and can grow in their career. So it's all about career acceleration, right? It's about how do we get youngsters who have the learning drive, and how can we ensure that they grow into leadership positions a lot faster than corporates do. Because a lot of youngsters get into startup jobs because they believe that in startup jobs they'll get that career acceleration, that they can grow faster. But that does not translate into reality for people, because unless you get the right mentoring, that career acceleration is a problem. So we're hiring psychologists, we're hiring you know business analysts. We're also hiring product managers for this particular role to understand these problems of career acceleration and create the technology through which more people can benefit from this learning at a scale. Now, to make things exciting, we are teaching about 2000 students of a couple of engineering colleges in Hyderabad. So if you're hired, you'd stay with us in this particular engineering college. You'd observe while this particular teaching is happening for real. In fact, I'm going to share a few videos of this particular engineering college with you guys, and you'd get a sense of what we're doing there. In case this excites you, we have a small selection task. You've got to complete that selection task, and the ones who complete the selection task, we'll set up an interview. And we're really looking forward to some youngsters who can change the Indian education system and also in the Indian corporate system. You can change colleges, the way students study in a college, and the way freshers are treated in a company. Freshers are treated like punching bags in companies, right? I mean, everybody looks at a fresher like a liability, or itna training dena padega, this fellow is bad, knows nothing. So can we change that? We can change that through this career acceleration lab, and we're looking forward to some cause driven youngsters, right? We don't want those youngsters who are desperate for a job. We want those youngsters who want to do something for the Indian education system and the Indian corporate system. So if you think you're one amongst us, if you think all of these ideas excite you, complete this task. While doing the task itself, you'll know if this role is meant for you, if you'll enjoy doing this role or not. So once you complete the task, we'll schedule some interviews, and we look forward to recruiting some really enthusiastic youngsters very soon. Thank you for listening.